we're here to talk to you about making tax digital, and we've sent out emails and contact to all of our clients that we think it's relevant to. However, we've got quite a few frequently asked questions that we thought would be a good idea to go through with a couple of the partners from MHA. So, as a way of introduction, I'm Hayley Benn. I'm one of the senior managers in the Kent office, and this is.
I'm James Kipping, the head of private client for MHA McIntyre Hudson, based primarily out of London, but sort of have clients all over the place.
And I'm Francis Hudson, tax partner in our Peterborough office.
Thank you both for being here. So, first of all, why do I need to do anything?
Right. Well, anyone with rental income, that's any landlord with rental income in excess of £10,000, or anyone who is self-employed with business turnover in excess of £10,000 needs to comply with Making Tax Digital for income tax.
Thank you. But what about if my profits are less than £10,000 after expenses?
That's irrelevant. It's the top line that's relevant. So again, for landlords, it's your rental income. That's even before an agent has taken their cut. Or for self-employed people, it's your business turnover, excluding VAT.
Thank you. So what exactly do I need to do?
Well, each individual that meets those thresholds will need to keep their turnover, their invoices, their details of their income and expenditure from their self-employed business or their rental business. They will need to keep them in a digital form, and then every quarter they'll need to send a summary of that information over to the revenue.
And what do you mean by digital format?
So effectively, they'll have to put all of their paperwork onto approved software that then can link to the revenue, so it can show an audit trail of all of that information, store the income and receipts, and submit it at the relevant time to HMRC.
Brilliant. So what about if I've got more than one property or trade?
Each property or trade needs to report separately. And it's not a case that if you're a landlord, you make one submission, and if you have self-employed income, you make another. Take a landlord as an example. If they have, say, 5 properties, they will need to make 5 submissions. That's a submission every quarter for each property. I understand Xero and Free Agent and most likely other software solutions will be able to handle this. And actually, this is an argument for landlords looking at software as a solution. I've mentioned obviously Free Agent and Xero, but there are others I understand who are which are being developed primarily with landlords in mind. So we will keep an eye out and be pleased to speak to you about that.
That's really good to know. So can MHA help do it for me?
Yes, of course. MHA, we'd be delighted to help. The key is that you need to make those submissions on a quarterly basis, and then at the end of the year, there needs to be a review of the final submission by the client and approval at each step before that final item is submitted. So we're quite happy to provide that complete service, helping with each quarterly submission and the final submission at the end of year, or clients are quite entitled to make those submissions themselves and seek our help, guidance along the way, and definitely with that end of year submission when we can do a full check. Obviously, the more we're involved along the way, the less involved at the end for that final submission, and that's the key one to get it right as you go along.
Brilliant. So always there for support then.
Definitely.
Will I still need to do submit a tax return?
Simple answer is yes. Unfortunately, the quarterly reports or quarterly submissions don't replace the need to report that same income and expenditure, and in fact in more detailed form on your self-assessment tax return as normal. Hopefully though, if we've been involved in the quarterly submissions, then the preparation of that end of year return should be rather more efficient, because we will have obviously the information at hand, having gathered it throughout the year.
Thank you both for that whistle-stop tour of our frequently asked questions, and I'm sure we'll be back on again to answer some more questions at different points. But if anyone wants to get in contact, then feel free to get in contact with your local tax person, or get in contact with us. But we're here to support. So thank you for now. Bye.